What's going on, everyone? It has been too long. I am back in Okinawa and I'm super stoked because today I'm going out on these rocks behind me and I'm chasing after some mahi-mahi. The season's quickly coming to a close, but looking at the reports, they've been catching a few out here, so hopefully I'm able to get on one. Let's get out there. My initial understanding of this fishery was that it was almost exclusively sight fishing. So you're standing on the rocks and you're looking into the water looking for some blue and yellow streaks of lightning racing through the water. Of course, as with any fishing situation, what you think you know isn't always what actually happens. So pretty much immediately as soon as I got to the rocks, a gentleman on a blind cast hooked what looked to be a 12-15 pound mahi. So I took a couple casts myself, actually like about 1,000. I didn't end up with the same luck as he did. Unfortunately, he had that fish pull off. Most of the lures you're using are basically a vertical jig. The reason everyone uses them there is because they cast a really long ways. But when you're fighting a fish, that heavy weight that you have from the vertical jig causes a lot of fish to be able to shake it loose because there's all that weight in their mouth when they're shaking their head around. It's easy for that hook to come out. So I casted and I casted and I waited and I waited. Finally, I saw off in the distance a mahi free jump way to my left. So I stumbled my way onto the crowded rocks to my left and got the chance to cast at a school. There we go. You're good. Whole school of little ones. You're good, brother. Oh, there he goes. As quick as it started, it ended. That heavy weight that I was talking about earlier from the 80-gram jig shaking around in the 15-inch mahi's mouth caused the hooks to come right on out. Now this is just super cool, y'all, because even though I lost that fish, it was like 12, 15-inch fish, I would have released him in the first place. To see a mahi sight fishing, pitch your bait out to it, have it react to your bait and eat it all from land, that is truly exceptional. It's super cool to see in person. You know, you always dream about stuff like that as a kid growing up on the pier, you know, all those fish that are way off in the ocean that you can't touch, they're just too far, too deep. Being able to do all this stuff from land, it's just awesome. It's so awesome. It wasn't long until another school of mahi came through and someone else got their shot. Nice. I just got done talking to a couple guys who fished out here last month, and they said last month was absolutely off the chain. They were hooking mahi up to 30 pounds. Everyone was hooking up. They're coming through every couple minutes, and they said there were sharks just destroying them. It was just absolute chaos out here. Y'all, I'm a little bit jealous, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? At least I'm out here. I got to see one, I got to hook one. Now fingers crossed, hopefully I can catch one. Come on.
Oh my God. There we go. Oh my God, that was awesome. Come on. Whew. Oh, that was awesome. Oh man. Whew. That's so cool. Oh my God. That's so awesome. Oh man. Oh my God, that was so cool. That right there, my very first mahi-mahi off the rocks. Super awesome. There was a giant school coming from over there, over this way. I saw one jump, and then you could just see little blue heads streaking through the water. And at first they didn't want to eat at all. They really didn't want to bite onto anything. And then after I kept throwing the jig, one finally hit it, and then they all started getting fired up. That was really cool. Heard of it happening, just never seen it firsthand, so that was absolutely awesome. I'm gonna go put this guy on ice and hopefully get a bigger one. So that like 21-inch fish may not seem like that big of a deal to y'all if you're not super familiar with land-based fishing, but a mahi-mahi, a legal size in the States, all of them are legal out here in Japan, but a mahi-mahi of that size from land is absolutely special. This is a very unique place where you're able to do that. And if you can't tell, because that when I was fighting the fish, I wasn't saying anything, it's because I was shaking. My heart was going a million miles an hour. And I've caught so many little mahi-mahi in my life, but it's the situation, it's how unique it is seeing them from shore, sight casting them, seeing them hit your bait, miss it, hit it, miss it, and finally hooking one and being able to land it. It's just, that's just exceptional. All right, so we are back at my place. We got our mahi, our one that we brought home. And now all we're gonna do is fillet them up. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my knife. I'm gonna make one cut right here behind the pec fin. Down, and then I'm gonna also bring it this way so I don't forget any of that head meat. Next, I'm gonna take the tip of my knife, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna glide down here, trying not to saw. Literally, all I'm trying to do is just get it started. Bam, bam, just getting this initial cut so I can follow this on my next couple. Get up underneath that. Just start to separate this meat from the bones, slowly but surely. Now, what really helps when you're filleting any fish is to have it very cold and very stiff. It makes the meat firmer and it's a lot easier to work with. So I had this baby on ice overnight actually, and now I'm filleting them up the next day. As you can see here, getting to his backbone. So what now, the next thing I gotta do is I gotta come up over top of that backbone. Bam. Bam. There we go. And by angling my knife point down, I follow the downward trajectory of the meat. So just how it comes down this way, it also comes down on this back side. Bam. Follow that. Nice. Over here. Continue following these bones, separating it off. Bam. Right here, this is all guts. Ideally, you avoid even cutting into that. But bam, there you go. There we have it. Nice mahi fillet. And there you have your mahi carcass. It was the exact same thing on the other side. Super simple. Next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fillet and I'm gonna take the skin off. You'll see in a lot of videos, guys, taking and literally peeling the skin apart from the meat. What that does is that leaves kind of a nasty membrane that'll actually affect the taste. So with mahi, just like any other fish, I like to skin them. Now you want a flexible knife. All you're gonna do is press down, get a little bit of bend in your blade, and just follow the meat and the skin, slowly separating them. What I'm doing with my left hand is I'm pulling on the skin and just slowly getting that separation. It's okay if you lose a little meat here, not the end of the world. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the premier kitchen in all of the Pacific. Actually, I'm just kidding, this is my barracks room, but we're working with what we got. I am prepping up those mahi fillets for a solid beer batter recipe. Y'all, you know, with kind of a southern upbringing, I pretty much love fried anything. Now, as some of you know, I literally just got back to Okinawa from mainland Japan. I was up there for the past 10 months. So all my stuff is currently in transit. So really the pots, pans, and whatever else I'm working with in the kitchen is extremely limited. I literally have one fork in this whole place right now. So bear with me. If you think I'm using the wrong tool for the job, I probably am. But I want to deliver some sweet content for you guys. So regardless, we're getting this meal done, and you know, your boy's gotta eat. So here's all our ingredients. We got some flour, a solid beer, American, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and some paprika. Before we do any of this, we have something very, very important that we have to do. We have to make sure the beer's not poisoned. Not poisoned.
To start everything, we're literally gonna pour our beer in here, you know. It's just like you're pouring it on a frosty glass. Yes, I know this should be a mixing bowl. Yes, I know I'm probably ruining this thing, but we're out here making sick content. So we got about 12 ounces of beer in there, plus or minus a sip. Next up, I'm going to measure out about a cup and a half of flour. Oh, look at that. I didn't even think I had a measuring cup. I was just gonna free ball it. There's about one. There's about a half. Bam. That's good. Now we gotta hit it with that seasoning, because everyone knows that seasoning is gonna make it taste amazing. So we got our garlic powder. Never have enough of that, right? You're gonna hit it with some black pepper, ground, because anything that's not ground, gross. Get some salt, hit with some paprika, because you know, we're a little bit cultured. Not completely boring. Oh man, I can, hope I don't eat any metal flakes. That'd be solid, right? Nah, we're probably gonna be good. Paprika is actually making this look less boring. Mix all this. Dun, 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 dun. And while I'm doing this, I got some oil heating up in a fry pan, getting it ready. Beautiful fillets. If you look, I cleaned them up a little bit from when we were out at the fillet table. All I basically did was remove bigger pieces of bloodline and cut them into smaller pieces. So all the pieces are about that size, about palm sized right now. My oil's nice and hot. All I'm gonna do is take these fillets, dip them in our nice beer batter. Remember, wash your hands. Then, first one. And there we go. We're gonna do that to the rest of them. 1, 2, 3. Oh god, the potatoes are yelling at me now too. For our side dish for our fish, we're not doing anything super special. I just chopped up a couple potatoes. Go ahead and put those into a baking pan, as well as we have some cherry tomatoes straight from the Japanese grocery store. I'm gonna add those. We're gonna put a healthy serving of some olive oil on there as well. And with my already washed hands, wash your hands, kids, I'm gonna use the best mixing instrument known to man, my hands. Cover all those babies with that olive oil. You know what? I should have added the seasoning, but now I gotta wash my hands and then I'm gonna season it. Very simple seasoning I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with some garlic powder, black pepper, and some salt. And no, I'm not measuring it out. I'm just kind of going for it. Add some salt. Add some pepper. And we'll add a little bit of garlic powder. Nice. And we'll go back in, mix them one more time. And as soon as that oven's ready, these guys are going in for 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna flip them and then cook them for another 10. Boom, boom. Final touches, some lime and some lemon. We got our garlic roasted potatoes and tomatoes with all that olive oil, all that goodness. Y'all, I am super excited. I am starving. So let's do a quick taste test on camera. You know, it'd be a lot easier if I had someone just to film me as opposed to me filming myself. Oh my god. That's really good. And a little lemon on there. Wow. It's amazing what happens when like you're actually trying to make a real meal. How good it can turn out. Oh, the potatoes are really good. Man. All right, time for me to eat up. I'm freaking starving. Got some more fish on the fryer, so hopefully some neighbors are hungry. But y'all, it was such an awesome video. That was so cool to catch that mahi-mahi from land and then be lucky enough to be able to cook it up for you guys on camera. Y'all, I appreciate you all so much for watching. It's gonna be a great rest of the year. I got a lot of fishing trips planned, and hopefully, I don't get sent anywhere where there's no fish, because I really love Okinawa and I really love the saltwater fishing here. So until that next video, guys, I'll see you. Peace.